A customer brought in her 2016 RX 350 last month complaining it just didn't feel right anymore. The engine ran rough at idle, acceleration felt sluggish, fuel economy had dropped by 3 to 4 miles per gallon. She was convinced something major was wrong. I popped the hood and knew exactly what the problem was before running a single diagnostic test. 45 minutes later, her Lexus drove like it just left the showroom. Smooth idle, crisp acceleration, power restored. Total cost? Less than $100 in parts and cleaning supplies. Here's what most Lexus owners don't realize. That worn out feeling your engine develops over time usually isn't wear at all. It's contamination, carbon deposits, dirty sensors, clogged systems, degraded fluids. The good news? Almost all of it is reversible without replacing a single engine component. I've been rejuvenating tired Lexus engines for over 20 years. I've seen engines with 150,000 miles that felt like they were dying, only to transform into smooth-running powerhouses after a proper restoration protocol. The difference between a sluggish engine and one that runs like new often comes down to a few hours of focused maintenance. No expensive parts, no major repairs, just systematic cleaning and service of key systems that accumulate contamination over time. Most mechanics won't tell you this because there's more money in replacing components than cleaning them. But the truth is, modern Lexus engines are incredibly durable. They don't wear out easily. They get dirty. Today, I'm sharing the complete restoration protocol that will make your Lexus engine feel brand new again. These are the exact steps I use in my shop when customers complain about lost performance. Let's bring that engine back to life. Step 1. The throttle body. Deep clean. Your throttle body controls airflow into the engine. When it gets dirty, everything suffers. Carbon and oil vapors coat the throttle plate and bore over time, restricting airflow and confusing sensors. This causes rough idle hesitation and poor fuel economy. Turn off the engine and remove the air intake tube. Spray throttle body cleaner on a microfiber cloth, never directly into the throttle body. Wipe down the throttle plate thoroughly, front and back. Clean the bore where the plate sits. Use a soft toothbrush for stubborn carbon. Reassemble everything and start the engine. Let it idle for 5 minutes to relearn the clean throttle position. This 20-minute cleaning eliminates most idle problems and restores crisp throttle response immediately. Step 2. Mass airflow sensor cleaning. The MAF sensor measures incoming air so your ECU can calculate the perfect fuel mixture. When dirty, your engine runs rich or lean, causing poor performance and reduced fuel economy. This sensor is one of the most critical components in your engine management system, yet it's also one of the most neglected. Over time, dust particles that slip past your air filter, oil vapors from the crankcase ventilation system, and even airborne contaminants coat the delicate sensing element. When the MAF sensor can't accurately measure airflow, your ECU makes fuel delivery decisions based on faulty data. This causes all kinds of problems. Black smoke from the exhaust, spark plug fouling, catalytic converter damage, and that sluggish feeling when you press the gas pedal. Locate the MAF sensor in the air intake tube between the filter and throttle body. Remove it carefully. There are usually 2 screws or clips holding it in place. Inside, you'll see a thin wire or film element. This is extremely delicate and costs hundreds to replace if damaged, so handle with care. Use only MAF sensor cleaner, never brake cleaner or carburetor cleaner, as these can damage the element. Hold the can about 6 inches away and spray 10 to 15 quick passes over the element. Never touch the element with anything, not even a cotton swab. Let it air dry completely for at least 30 minutes before reinstalling. Don't rush this step. Any moisture left on the sensor will cause immediate problems. Start the engine and drive for 10 to 15 minutes with varied speeds. The ECU needs time to relearn with clean sensor data and adjust fuel trims accordingly. Most owners see immediate improvements in throttle response and fuel economy. Some report gains of 2 to 3 miles per gallon just from cleaning this one sensor. Step 3. PCV system service. The PCV system prevents pressure buildup and routes blow-by gases back through the intake. When it fails, oil consumption increases, idle becomes rough, and internal contamination accelerates. Locate the PCV valve, usually on the valve cover or intake manifold. Remove it and shake it. If it rattles, it's working. If it doesn't rattle, or you see oil residue, replace it. PCV valves cost $15 to $30 and take 10 minutes to replace. Check every 50,000 miles and replace as needed. This prevents oil leaks, reduces sludge, and keeps your engine breathing properly. Step 4. Engine oil change with flush. Old oil loses its protective properties and becomes contaminated with combustion byproducts and metal particles. For a neglected engine, an oil change with engine flush works miracles. I've seen engines that sounded like diesel trucks transform into whisper-quiet power plants after this procedure. Add engine flush product to your old oil and run the engine for 10 to 15 minutes according to product directions. This dissolves sludge and deposits that have accumulated in oil passages, valve train components, and the crankcase. The flush breaks down varnish on pistons, lifts deposits from the oil pan, and cleans passages that haven't seen fresh oil in years. You might be shocked at what comes out when you drain it. Drain completely and replace the filter. Never reuse a filter after using engine flush. It's full of the contamination you just loosened. Refill with fresh, full synthetic oil. Meeting ILSA CGF6A standards. Use a quality brand like Mobil 1, Castrol, or genuine Lexus oil. Your engine will sound quieter, idle smoother, and respond more eagerly. The transformation is often immediate and dramatic. For best results, change oil twice within 5,000 miles after using flush. The first change removes loosened deposits. The second establishes clean baseline. Step 5. Fuel system. Deep clean. Modern Lexus engines use direct injection, which causes carbon buildup on intake valves over time. This reduces airflow, causes rough idle, and decreases power. Direct injection is brilliant for power and efficiency, but it creates a unique problem. Unlike port injection engines where fuel sprays over the intake valves and naturally cleans them, direct injection sprays fuel directly into the combustion chamber. The valves never get washed by gasoline, so oil vapors from the PCV system bake onto them and create hard carbon deposits. By 80,000 to 100,000 miles, most direct injection engines have significant carbon buildup. You'll notice it as gradual power loss, rough idle, especially when cold, and decreased fuel economy. Some engines develop a distinctive valve tick that sounds worse than it actually is. Add high-quality fuel system cleaner to a full tank of gas. Chevron Techron, Concentrate, or BG44K work best because they contain concentrated detergents that can actually dissolve carbon deposits. Don't waste money on cheap fuel additives. The concentration of cleaning agents matters. A $15 bottle of quality cleaner outperforms 3 bottles of $4 generic additives. Drive the tank completely empty using varied driving conditions. Highway driving helps burn carbon at high exhaust temperatures, so if possible, take a road trip or long highway drive after adding the cleaner. Repeat this treatment every 5,000 to 10,000 miles to prevent carbon accumulation from becoming severe. Prevention is far easier and cheaper than dealing with heavy buildup that requires professional walnut blasting. For severe carbon buildup that affects engine performance significantly, professional intake cleaning may be necessary. This costs $400 to $600 but removes deposits that chemical cleaners can't touch. You'll notice improved throttle response, smoother idle, and better fuel economy as carbon deposits dissolve. Your engine might even sound different, quieter, and more refined as valves seal properly again. Step 6. Spark plug inspection and service. Worn spark plugs cause misfires, rough idle, poor acceleration, and reduced fuel economy. Remove your spark plugs and inspect them. Light brown deposits are normal. Black sooty deposits indicate rich running. White crusty deposits suggest lean conditions. Clean the plugs with a wire brush and spray cleaner. Check the gap with a feeler gauge and adjust to specification. If electrodes are worn significantly or you're approaching 100,000 miles, replace with OEM specification plugs. Fresh or properly serviced plugs restore smooth idle, crisp acceleration, and optimal combustion efficiency. Step 7. Ignition coil inspection. Weak ignition coils cause misfires that feel like engine roughness or hesitation. Coils often weaken gradually rather than failing completely. Inspect the coil boots for cracks or oil contamination. Cracked boots allow spark to arc to ground instead of firing the plug. If you have misfires or rough idle, consider replacing ignition coils even if they test okay. Many owners report that new coils made their engine feel like new, even though old coils technically still function. Step 8. Air filter replacement. A clogged air filter restricts airflow and forces your engine to work harder. Pull out your engine air filter and hold it up to light. If you can't see light through it clearly, it needs replacement. A fresh air filter costs $20 and takes 5 minutes to install. The improvement in throttle response is immediate. Never clean and reuse paper air filters. Just replace them regularly for optimal combustion and maximum power. Step 9. Cooling system. Flush. Old coolant becomes acidic and loses heat transfer efficiency. When your engine runs slightly hotter than optimal, you lose power even if the gauge stays normal. Most drivers don't realize that cooling system health directly affects engine performance. An engine running even 5 to 10 degrees hotter than optimal loses power, efficiency, and accelerates internal wear. The ECU pulls timing to prevent knock, throttle response suffers, and fuel economy drops. Old coolant is less effective at heat transfer than fresh coolant. Add in rust particles, scale buildup, and degraded additives, and your cooling system becomes progressively less efficient over time. Drain old coolant completely and flush with distilled water until it runs clear. This removes rust, scale, and residue that restrict flow and reduce heat transfer capacity. Some engines require multiple flush cycles. Keep flushing until the water comes out completely clear with no discoloration. This might take 3 or 4 cycles for a badly neglected system. Refill with fresh Lexus Super Long Life Pink coolant mixed 50-50 with distilled water. Never use tap water. The minerals accelerate corrosion and reduce coolant effectiveness. Bleed the system to remove air pocket. Air in the cooling system creates hot spots that can warp cylinder heads and cause gasket failure. Most Lexus engines have bleeder valves or specific bleeding procedures. Consult your manual or look up the procedure online. Fresh coolant improves heat dissipation, helping your engine maintain optimal temperature for maximum power and efficiency. You might notice slightly better throttle response and more consistent performance in hot weather. Also, check your radiator cap while servicing the cooling system. A weak cap that doesn't hold proper pressure allows coolant to boil at lower temperatures, reducing cooling efficiency even with fresh coolant. Step 10. Check ground connections. Poor electrical grounds cause rough idle, hesitation, and poor performance. Locate the main engine ground connections. There's usually one from battery to chassis and another from engine block to chassis. Remove each ground, clean contact surfaces with a wire brush, and reinstall tightly. Apply dielectric grease to prevent corrosion. This simple maintenance eliminates mysterious running problems that confuse even professional technicians. Step 11. Transmission fluid service. When transmission fluid is degraded, shifts become harsh and sluggish, making your engine feel less responsive. Perform a simple drain and fill with fresh Lexus transmission fluid. This removes about 40% of old fluid and refreshes the system. You'll notice smoother shifts and better acceleration response immediately. For best results, perform 2 drain and fills separated by 500 miles of driving. Step 12. Drive it hard. Carbon deposits build up when you only drive gently. Your engine needs occasional high-load operation to stay clean. This is the step most Lexus owners skip because it seems counterintuitive. We're taught to baby our vehicles, drive conservatively, and avoid aggressive driving. But engines are designed to work, and working actually helps keep them healthy. Gentle driving with lots of short trips never allows your engine to reach optimal operating temperature. Combustion chambers stay relatively cool, exhaust temperatures stay low, and carbon deposits accumulate on valves, pistons, and exhaust components. Once you've completed all service procedures, take your Lexus for an Italian tune-up. This isn't about racing or being reckless. It's about giving your engine the high-load, high-temperature operation it needs to burn off deposits and complete the restoration process. Find a highway and drive at sustained high speeds within legal limits. Maintain highway speeds for at least 20 to 30 minutes to get everything thoroughly heat-soaked. Use full throttle acceleration occasionally. Accelerate briskly from 40 miles per hour to highway speeds, using 75 to 100% throttle. This high load creates intense combustion temperatures that vaporize carbon deposits. Let the engine rev to higher RPMs than usual, staying below redline, but using the full power band. Many drivers never let their engines rev past 3,000 RPMs, but these engines are designed to safely rev to 6,000 to 7,000 RPMs. Vary your speed and load. Don't just cruise at constant throttle. Accelerate, coast, accelerate again. This thermal cycling helps break loose stubborn deposits. This high-temperature operation burns off remaining carbon deposits and helps your engine relearn its full performance potential. The ECU adapts to the cleaned components and adjusts fuel and timing maps accordingly. Do this monthly to maintain the improvements you've achieved. A monthly spirited drive keeps your engine cleaner than years of gentle driving. The transformation. Follow all 12 steps and your Lexus engine will feel completely transformed. Rough idle becomes smooth. Sluggish acceleration becomes crisp. Poor fuel economy improves by 2 to 4 miles per gallon. The engine sounds quieter and more refined. These aren't temporary improvements. This is legitimate restoration addressing root causes of performance degradation. Most engines develop these problems gradually, over 60,000 to 100,000 miles. You don't notice the decline because it happens slowly. But after restoration, the difference is dramatic. The best part? You've done this without replacing major components or spending thousands at the dealer. The total cost for all procedures is typically under $300 if you do the work yourself. Your Lexus engine was designed to last 300,000 plus miles. These maintenance procedures simply remove the contamination, preventing it from performing as designed. Perform this complete restoration every 60,000 miles, and your engine will continue running like new indefinitely. The power, smoothness, and efficiency you fell in love with, they're still there, just waiting to be unleashed. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.